few weeks ago, Local 5 reporter Kyle Malzahn showed you what life was like as a student in a large university during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Made it to UW Green Bay, where I'm going to be showing you what it's really like to go to campus, go to class, and a college student during this coronavirus pandemic.
All good for a big university, but what about a small school? What are smaller schools doing to stay afloat amid the coronavirus pandemic? Marian University, located in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, is home to a total of 1,600 students, with around 1,200 of them handling school with a mixture of in-person and remote learning. But how is Marian University managing to keep its campus open and its students in the classroom? According to Dean of Students Kate Candy, size is playing a role in Marian's success so far.
And I think we've been blessed to being a small campus, which has allowed us to really live our core values of community and watching out for each other.
With around 540 students living on campus, Marian's smaller-sized environment has provided the ability to enforce COVID-19 safety guidelines, closely monitor COVID-19 cases, and has helped students build a deep-rooted sense of responsibility and care for the safety of its community. Before arriving on campus, Marian's students, staff, and faculty were all equipped with PPE, including a thermometer, hand sanitizer, and 2 washable face masks. These face coverings are required in all outdoor and indoor spaces, including classrooms. Within each classroom, a capacity limit has been set to abide by physical distancing best practices. However, having already offered a smaller class environment, Marian students aren't facing many changes when it comes to safely learning in the classroom. One thing that is different is the enhanced sanitation practices in all campus spaces. Each student, staff, and faculty member are required to sanitize each classroom and workspace before and after each use. But what happens when, despite these safety measures, a positive COVID-19 case arises on its small campus?
So if a student does test positive and they happen to live on campus, if they're showing symptoms, they are obviously encouraged to see our health nurse, Jody, who's fantastic, and she will conduct that test. The students are asked to quarantine until the results come back.
During this quarantine and 10-day isolation period, the student will remain in one of these 6 different quarantine housing units at Marian University. During this time, students are checked in on and monitored on a regular basis by the health nurse and are offered support services through Marian University's Counseling Center. Students in isolation are provided with food delivery 3 times a day during the week and twice on the weekends.
It's not been easy, it's been challenging. Our residential life professional staff, our hall director and our director of res life, they literally are the ones delivering the meals. Now, yes, they get to drive a golf cart, and that's one of the perks of the piece, but it's a timing component to get those meals to those students on a time.
As you can see, Marian's smaller-sized campus has provided the ability to have vigilant care over students who test positive for COVID-19. It has also provided the ability to quickly contact any individuals and students who may have had contact with that positive case.
Exactly, and we're small enough too, Brenda, that, for example, sometimes we know these students have tested positive, and we know if they have particular affinity groups or cohorts they're part of, we're able to ask them specific questions about them.
Since August, Marian reports around 100 students total have tested positive for COVID-19. Marian adds that all of the cases were isolated incidents occurring off campus. With just a few weeks left in its first semester and looking ahead, the small, tight-knit community that is Marian University sees a promising chance in once again welcoming students back on campus in January 2021. In Fond du Lac, I'm Brenda Ordonez, Local 5 News.